Good morning, everyone, and welcome. I stumbled on this deck in Winners in the last month, and I haven't taken a peek at the cards, but I was able to open the magnetic flip here and take a look at the book that comes with it. And you can see there that it's written by Nyasha Williams and illustrated by Kamishka Naidu. Now, this talks about awakening with the cards in the guidebook and working with the ancestors. And that always intrigues me. But I really liked the color of the book, the richness of it. And she's got quite the dedications here in the front. And I like that for my ancestors and spirit guides who are continuously paving the way. Now, if I flip over here, well, first I'll say it is a 2022 copyright. And you can see here in the contents that you are going to get some of the basics on understanding tarot, symbolism that you can look for. And I did notice that wands are sticks, cups are baskets, swords are spears, and the earth suit is represented by shells. But you can see here the number of spreads that they have developed and preparing card meanings. And there is quite a section in the back about the author and the illustrator. Then we get into the Black Tarot and Guidebook. So here she talks a little bit about water, and the cure for anything is water, sweat, tears, or the sea. And a little bit of information about it. And she suggests that when we go through, we can also be centering on using the moon phases. And so we've got all of the phases being mentioned there, plus some hints at rituals that we could try. So it's a very approachable book, and it seems to be very inviting for me. There's just something about it. Now here you've got the wands, and what I did notice on the book when I flipped through it, that there's a lot of people images, which really were exciting for me. So there's the traits there that they talk about for the wands: family, community, society, energy. Baskets are over here. And it is nice that you get the astrological houses too. Understanding our source of creativity, that lies deep within us. The knives and the coins. And then there is some stuff here too about numbers, aligning with the yin and the yang, and some affirmation information. And here you can see at the back, you get a little chance to know about the author. And I'll just put this here for a second and read a little bit. Get that into focus. I like how the hat sort of has the crescent of a moon there. Just noticing that now. So the author, Nyasha, is a creator, activist, and author of the children's book, I Affirm Me, the ABCs of Inspiration for Black Kids, and of the self-published children's book, What's the Commotion in the Ocean? She was born in Aurora, Colorado, and grew up in the States. But she has lived sometimes in South Africa. She has a bachelor's degree from William Jewell College and a diploma in culinary arts and wine from the Prue Leith Chefs Academy. Now, then we go on to the illustrator. She is a multidisciplinary creative from South Africa. Studied motion picture at South African School of Motion Picture and Live Performance. And after a few years of traveling and working as a video editor and motion graphic artist, she returned to South Africa. And her love of drawing was started at a very young age. And working on this unique project, because it aligns with her cause of expanding the representation of BIPOCs. So, let's dive into this. I'm just going to adjust the camera a little bit. So inside the box, you've got the moon cycles happening there. And this is hard to see, but it's a little plastic insert for the cards. They fit right inside, and it's black velvet. Oop. So then we have the box with the 4 elements on the back. Again, the moon cycles, some imagery. It's quite neat. So let's get into it here. Really love the depth of colors in this. And there's our Fool. So I'm just going to take this wrapping off and let's get started. Okay, so there again is the lovely back. And this is a very chunky deck. It can hardly fit on my holder, and you can see they're a fair size, a little bit more than a normal tarot card size. So we're going to start with the Fool. And there is the Magician. It's almost like he's standing at the ocean shore. That connection to Mother Earth. This is the High Priestess. Now she's a little bit hard to see. So I'll bring it forward a little bit. Just barely there. Okay, our Empress. There is a strong water element already showing in this deck. The Emperor. In that super that you've got that father figure and the outpouring of emotions and love. So I think we're going to get those moon cycle images that I'm seeing on the majors. And I like the idea of the throne there and the ram's heads. They're a nice matte finish, and they're a good cardstock. So there's the Hierophant, and you get the little hint of a church behind her there. There is a little bit of, well, it looks like a key, very delicate key right there. The Lovers. And these look like butterflies all around them. The Chariot. I'm just going to see if I can get a bit better color going for us. Okay, I hope that helps a little bit, because there's some nice soft details. And there's the Strength. So it looks to me like a cat. And then you've got the very soft background again. And that is the Hermit. I love his little lantern there. And the Wheel of Fortune. Looks like two clouds forming at the top. Some cosmic energy on the right. This is Justice. And you've got all these people, it looks like, holding up this side of the scale. And that this sword runs through it as the support. Lilies, it looks like, for truth there. Okay, the Hanged Man. Death. Temperance. I'm glad it doesn't have jarring white borders all around it. The Devil. And you get that idea of the crossroads too, and which avenue will you take? Come on. There we go. The Tower. There's quite a few elements there in the foreground. I get the feeling of being on a cliff over the ocean. The Star. And you can see that it's actually a couple dancing. The Moon. Our Sun. Judgment. So you've got a couple people at the bottom there. And the World. I like the idea of the watering can and the growth and the possibilities. That's wonderful. Okay, Mother of Wands. So we are into our wand suit. Father of Wands. Daughter of Wands. Son of Wands. Quite the scary creatures here, above and below. Okay, Mother of Baskets. So we're going through the court cards first. Father. Daughter. That's what we saw on the front of the box. You can see her basket there on the right. Son of Baskets. That's a gorgeous card. Mother of Knives. Father. Daughter. There's so much more that you can see without the camera in the cards. Son. Okay, Mother of Coins. Father. Daughter. Son. So there we have our Ace of Wands. Our 2. We're still getting that person standing on something elevated as they look out into the world, which is nice. Our 3. Oops. 6. That's quite interesting. Like she's picking up all the energy of these people beside her. I'm going to try to get rid of that shadow there. Well, we'll hope that helps a bit. There's your 10. And she's carrying bags here of weighted fruit and vegetables, it looks like, and a child on her back. But it's just so subtle. And all the wands on her head. I think I'll be better to hold it. Maybe I can do that and really get you some great imagery here. So there's our Ace of Baskets. Wonderful 3 of Baskets. So that's our 3 of Cups, a celebration. So 5 of Cups, that sorrowful card. Be interesting to see what the book says about this 8 of Baskets. So just let's take a peek. Okay, for the 8 of Baskets, the traits it suggests are escapism and withdrawal. A woman starts down a new path, leaving behind all her baggage. And I guess that's what this is here. She knows she could sit and wallow in the emotions connected to the past that have led to this point. It takes courage to walk away and forge a new route. At times, we have to stop and admit to ourselves that things are no longer working and are unable to be mended. It is not an easy decision to withdraw from someone or something that you have invested so much time and energy and love into. But acknowledge that not everything is meant to last. It's about honoring what is meant for you and being able to freely say goodbye to all that no longer resonates. It is the most tender-hearted of breakups that, while difficult, is necessary. We cannot keep giving time, energy, and space to people and things that hurt us or hold us back. It's time to release the soul ties that are no longer serving you. And then at the bottom in the book, it has yin and aligning. So maybe in the spreads it gives us some more information about that. But with the aligning, the idea is to trust your gut feeling and make the change you have been putting off. It's time. 9 of baskets. Love the car. 10. We have our Ace of Knives. Now there are some knives above his head here and around him. That's an interesting one. Let's check that one out. Okay, so this one talks about anxiety and depression. A man chooses to bury his head into his couch. He's suffering hopelessness, fear, anxiety, and despair. And with his head covered, he cannot see that he is protected and safe, that he is vital and needed, that he is worthy and deserving of a whole life. It speaks to allowing negativity to embody our existence and how living in that negative emotional space leads to feelings of being overwhelmed, stressed, and unhappy. Okay, the 10. It's great because it's an interesting pose, and I love the burst of light up there. And our coins. Great that they brought in the artistic nature of the 3 of coins. Whoops. Beautiful. Come on, camera. Bring that up. Our 10 of coins. So it's going to be interesting to work through this. I think it's spectacular. And as I say, oh my gosh, it's a chunky, chunky deck. So that was from Winners, and that was an exceptional buy. $20? Yeah, $19.99. And I like the fact that there are so many images of people working through the deck, and that it's so different than a typical RWS. And there's an awful lot to learn, I think, in the book. And it's got a definite energy to it. I think it's super, super. I just can't wait to lay it out on a gold cloth like this and see all the cards together. So, have a great day, everyone, and watch out for those little buys.